Hello, and thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm going to, as briefly and succinctly as I possibly can, I'm going to share with you three pitfalls that generally lead to misery in Myo. And don't worry, you are not alone. A lot of people do these same mistakes. And so I want to help as many people as possible avoid the common mistakes. Okay. I've made them myself too. And we're going to do a whole lot of oversharing, I'm sure, in our time together. But let's dive right in to myofunctional therapy and the myo mistakes that so commonly happen, especially with my peers, our dental hygienists. Okay. You wind up being the victim of more myo mistakes than any other professional. So, here's the thing, you're scrolling. Okay. It is a beautiful day. And oh, yes, there's another post about myofunctional therapy. And oh, how wonderful. And somebody else is asking a question in a group. And another person's like, myofunctional therapy changed my life. It's amazing. It's been the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't practice dentistry anymore. Yay, hoorah. Right. Oh, the joy and the promises of myofunctional therapy via the lens, the very, very filtered lens of social media, right? You see all these wonderful, successful cases, open bites closing, lives changed, people are opening up their own practices, they're leaving dentistry. And it seems like it's really like 2020 all over again with the great exodus. It's 2020 all over again. But for real this time, you're like, ooh, this might be the thing that I need to be doing, right? So I'm going to go take a myofunctional therapy course. Like, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to be the girl. I'm going to be the guy that makes this work for me because I want to elevate my career. I want to have more free time. I want to do a service that's still going to be working with patients, but probably not going to break my back or my wrists, right? And then you happily go and you do the thing that everybody does, a little bit of research, you read about it a little bit. Oh, I think I need to be certified. Oh, my state says this. Oh, I'm going to do this. And oh, I'll ask a couple of friends, like, hey, what course do you think I should take? I'll post something on social media. Hey, what do you think of the courses I should take? And that's supposed to be your straight path to happily and successfully serving patients, right? But then reality kicks in. Okay. And what more often than not happens is you wind up absolutely miserable. So you've spent a couple of $1,000s later and you've taken a course that maybe someone else recommended for you, and you come out of it and you're completely overwhelmed, entirely confused. You don't feel confident at all, and you struggle with actually implementing this thing that you just spent thousands of dollars on, that was supposed to be the future for you, that was supposed to be your easy path out of dentistry. And you got none of that out of your first course. You did it for 3 days, you did it for 8 weeks, you did it for 12 weeks, you did it for however long. Without a doubt, I know, and I'm sure there are myofunctional therapists, because it's happened to me. Okay. I've done 3 intro courses, it's happened to me. Then, without a doubt, you wind up doing what so many people do. You sign up for another myofunctional therapy course. Of course, that's what I need. I need another intro course. Like, the information is only going to get me here if I take another course. So I have to do another course. I'll probably buy some more books. Like, I haven't read Jaws yet. I'm going to read that. We'll go buy a textbook, and we're going to learn so much more, right? Or maybe you just quit altogether. You're like, this is not for me. I took the course and it's just not my thing. I can't do it. But you've already invested so much time and effort into it. And, giving up just feels like, it's soul crushing as an instructor. But that's a lot of people who do that. They take these courses and then they just stop. You're just stuck. You don't know what to do next. The best thing you might be able to do is maybe attend a conference, go to one of the airway conferences. I'm going to go and I'm going to do the thing and I'm going to try and make it work. You could sign up for some mentorship. You could sign up and say, oh, okay, I'm going to work with somebody and they're going to help me and they're going to make me grow. And so now you're mentoring with them, but you're doing it virtually. And so essentially all you're really doing is you're avoiding the real issue. Okay. The real issue is You put in an investment hoping to get out a return on that investment. And that didn't happen at all. It didn't happen at all. And we've normalized it in the industry, completely normalized it to the point where it's actually not even a thing anymore that people would bat an eye, lash at that, oh, you're doing another introductory course. Oh, you took a course a year ago and you're not practicing yet. That's okay. Everybody does it, right? But let's be real. Let's be totally real, because if nothing else, you're always going to get reality from me. I'm going to give it to you like no one else is going to give it to you. That's not okay. What you got is not what you deserved. How the industry is now is not how it should be. And somebody needs to stand up and be like, if I'm investing thousands of dollars in a course and I don't get out of it what I needed to get out of it, we need not repeat that mistake, right? So instead of having information just kind of thrown at you that you have to process in a finite amount of time, what if we stood for what we deserved and we gave ourselves realistic time frames? Where if we had a longer duration of time to really process this information, we had a longer information and a lot of more time to process this information, but access to the instructor beyond a couple of days or a couple of weeks, right? What if instead of just learning things from a distance virtually, and even if you took an on-site course, my very first Myo course was on-site, but on-site was like in my state, not in my office, not in my practice, not when I'm using patients as live people. What if you had a myofunctional therapy course that gave you access to on-site mentorship in your space to help you evaluate, is this the setup that I'm supposed to have? Is this ideal? Do I have all my supplies? I'm working with these patients. Can you give me live feedback? What if that was a part of your introductory course? What a game changer that would be, right? What if instead of just these basic concepts, so that you come out like every introductory person feeling like I don't know anything and I need to take an advanced course, what if you got advanced concepts in your introductory course so that when you're ready, because you've got a realistic time frame to process this information and you have an on-site mentor to actually help you implement. So when you're ready for advanced information, you've got it already at the touch of a button. What if we stopped making the myo mistakes that wind up putting us in this despair? So I'm going to challenge you today to avoid these 3 very common myo mistakes. Number 3 is thinking that you need the course others took. You think you need such and such course because such and such said that. Where are they right now with their myo practice? Is that where you want to be with your myo practice? Is that what you actually need? Myo mistake number 2, you don't even know what it is you need. How can you take the course that's for your friend who may have had a supportive dentist who is paying for that course for them, who is helping them to integrate it in their office, who is referring them patients, but you have a dentist that's not supportive or really doesn't care for myofunctional therapy, doesn't want it in their office, and you have to build up something independently? Why would you take the same course as that person? They may have enjoyed their course, absolutely, but you need something different, something specific for you, something that will help you win in the ways you need to, not your friends win. You need the things that are going to help you succeed because it's your investment, right? Or even if you're the practice owner, you need to make the investment that's actually going to give you a return, that's going to help implement it into the office in a way that will produce income in a reasonably fashioned time. You can't do what others tell you to do. And you have to know what you want out of it. What is the end result of your myofunctional therapy program and course going to be? Where do you want to practice? Because the biggest mistake people make is not talking to the instructors beforehand. And I'm not talking about exchanging emails. If somebody's not willing to hop on the phone with you, probably not your instructor. If somebody cannot return your emails, probably not your instructor. If somebody does not have the time for you prior to you investing, if somebody does not have the resources for you prior to you investing, if somebody does not have the respect for you prior to you investing to answer your questions, probably not your instructor. So many people make these three very, very big mistakes. You can't just ask, what course did everybody else take? Because where is everybody else at? And where do you want to be? What course is going to lead you to that optimal outcome? What course is meant for you? Who did you talk to that teaches courses that can answer your questions? Are they going to answer your questions about on-site mentorship? Are they going to answer your questions about how long you can realistically expect to process this information? Are they going to answer your questions to your satisfaction? You have to really know, like, and trust your instructor, because I'm telling you, you're stuck with them for a while as far as Facebook groups or just like your connection to that person who brought you into the world of Myo. So you have to like this person. This has to be a person that you feel like you can actually trust. And they should be willing to talk to you in advance. And they absolutely should have resources for you. I mean, we are in the digital information age. If your instructor doesn't have any free resources, any free guides, any free anything, it's a problem. It needs to be a ding, 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 red flags all over, flag on the play, right? So that's what this challenge is all about, this $1 million Myo challenge. That's what I would like to invite you to if you're finding me here on YouTube and you haven't invested in the group, as far as just clicking that button to give your email address, because it's a very free challenge. It is a supportive group that's really going to give you the real, and over a 3-day free challenge, I'm going to show you how you could make from as little, and yes, that's the low end of the spectrum, of $230,000 a year annually, just doing myofunctional therapy and implementing it part-time in the dental practice. Okay, and I've got the math to prove it, all the way through to making millions. You can scale Myo. You can get in successfully. You just need the right path to it. And I promise you, at the end of this challenge, you're going to be on the right path, because you're going to do what's best for you. That way you get the education you deserve, not the education that's available. You get the education you deserve, because remember, you are worthy of this, and you have to make your journey as optimal as it could be getting in, because I don't want to see you fail. I want to see you win. And I'm committed to making sure that you win. And I don't care who you go to for your course. I just care that your journey is a safe one, a positive one, and a productive one. Because if when you're investing, you deserve all three things. Okay. Thank you, my friends, for being with me. I hope I see you in the challenge, in the $1 Million Myo challenge. You could just visit us at milliondollarmyo.com to register for the challenge. And if you're already here in the group, welcome. I can't wait to share with you and to see you grow and flourish. We are going to impact so many lives because you're going to be successful.